Honestly, I can't remember all the full details of why I hate him, but I'm sure I do. Oh, you said you love me? Zayden told Violet he lives by her. Y'all broke up. Have you met your man? Not this. I pre-ordered this. And I couldn't do it because it ruins fantasy for me. And I was like, damn, I'm finally in a place where I might do some fantasy again. Incorrect. I did not do any fantasy. So I was like, enough avoiding. I miss Zaddy, Xaddy. To the ones who don't run with the popular crowds, the ones who get caught reading under their desk, me. The ones who feel like they never get invited, included, or represented. Feelings. I'm having feelings. Get your leathers. We have dragons to ride. Fucking love a great dedication. I love when fantasy books do this. This thing. Oh, this is a spoilers vlog. This is a spoilers vlog. Sorry if you didn't read the title. It's a spoilers vlog. Spoilers only. Okay, yes. I love when fantasy books do this. Yes. Okay, wait. Ready. Remind me about everybody. I know Violet has double dragons, lightning wielding. Yes. Emojine. I think I'm saying half of these names wrong, by the way. The following text has been faithfully transcribed. And you know what? Let's fucking talk about that because that's been in every single book. Girl, what does that mean? Is everybody dead? Like, are you about to really, is there no happy ending? And I don't count a happy ending as no, they lived happily ever after because as much as I love all of Throne of Glass, the ending was literally like, the king's flower bloomed. They're happy. They're together. I saw nothing of them together. I want to see them happy. I saw them struggle for so long. Give me at least a book of them happy, please. People don't like A Court of Frost and Starlight, but I do. Why? Because it's a book of them being happy. I suffered for 3 books. Give me something. This is my nifty book holder. Totally forgot I had it. I thought it was stolen in the move, but hubby found it. So I'm on chapter 7, or I'm about to start chapter 7. I got to chapter 5 and I was like, okay, I'll just read 5. I don't even know how I flowed into 6 to get to 7, but it's now 11:54. Good thing I start work at 11 p.m. See, that's how you know I need to go to bed. And I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie, because it's been 2 years apparently since I read the last book, which is like crazy, but I guess that's math. I don't remember everything, but I do remember now Xaden is royalty and he actually got back his title in this book, which is fucking insane. But I am broken. You'll go from like their little banter to when his friend was like trying to tell him like, oh, like you can't sleep with her anymore, you can't be trusted. And he was like, if you try to dictate who sleeps in Violet's bed, we finna have problems. Like that's Satan through and through. Next chapter, he's like, yeah, Violet promised me that if I go too far, I'll sound the alarm. And he's like, it's not a matter, like, it's not a question of like if it's going to happen, it's when. How bad is it? Like, I'm scared to get his POV on this because if he's telling her this much, that means that it has to be 700 times worse than even what he's letting on because he wouldn't usually tell her anything like that if he wasn't like 100% sure. I mean, I guess now they're like no secrets and everything, but I'm scared. He's definitely still giving secrets because well he's daddy. He's a shadow daddy. Shadow daddy must have the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna read chapter 7, and then if it's really good, I'm gonna read chapter 8 because 8's my favorite number. And I'll probably stop there. But it's 11:56 now. As long as I go to bed before 2, all is well in the world. If I go to bed after 2, shame on me. Put me on timeout. Put me on timeout. Seriously, somebody hold me accountable. Okay. All right. I'm reading chapter 8. I should have known. I should have known I was reading this chapter. They didn't tell me about. I decided I'm done not knowing what you're up to. Oh. Oh. Zaddy's back in the fold? Is that what I'm hearing? Sounds like I'm not sleeping. Sounds like I'm not sleeping. It is 12:45, and I just started reading again. Clearly, I stopped at the right place last night because I just got to this part where they're like, yeah, we're going to go on this mission. We voted last time, but nobody talks about how that last time we voted is when Liam didn't come back. Oh, so somebody's about to die, and I'm not even, 100 pages in? I'm 80 pages in. This book was shorter, so I was like, oh, maybe it won't be as tragic. I fear there is tragedy packed into a shorter amount of pages. Here we go. Derek said he's never seen Zayden like that ever. If you haven't seen him like that, who has? He's always prided himself on control. He has to when he wields that much power, and I'm telling you, he lost it when he heard you were crossing the border. Violet, he is not himself. Stop. You're losing me. No. A Venom has a signet and it's lightning and it's hers. It's giving her daddy was a Venom. It's giving her daddy is a Venom because some letters they killed her friend's entire family, bro. What the fuck? It was not okay. Maybe I'll stop reading at a reasonable time, or maybe I'll just stay up all night and start cooking right away. But I finally got to the well the fuck aware. That is the one spoiler I got. I'm so determined to not get any more that I ended up on fourth wing hate talk. But now I'm obviously back. He just loves her so much, and she is so stubborn. And I relate. Sorry. You can see I thought I'd read a little bit and I'm done, but no, we're talking on life. Because why is it only chapter 12? And Zayden's talking about you might be angry when you realize I didn't wake you to say goodbye, but it's only because I no longer fully trust my ability to walk away. Recovered correspondence of His Grace Lieutenant Zayden Ryerson, 16th Duke of Tyrrendor, to Cadet Violet. I'm going like my chest is tight. Like I feel like I'm gonna cry, especially because I didn't even read. Honestly, like I skipped ahead. I had this bad habit. Like I'll get to this page, I'll read this page. So this is where he's like, "Oh, is she healed? Yeah." So everybody get the fuck out. He said, "Get out." That's it. He ain't look at nobody else. He just looked at her and said, "Get out." Everybody else knew what he was talking about. Everyone got real still. Said, "Everyone get out now and close the door." Oh, it's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly. Oh. Hold on, I'm not gonna be on camera reading this. This is not going how I thought it was gonna go. Okay. Spicy. Wait, they're not gonna give me the spicy scene and then separate them, are they? Now I read this with fear in my heart. He was like, I'll trust you if you stop keeping secrets. And it was like, it's my secretive nature that attracted you. Wait, what? It's my secretive nature that attracted you. And why can't you just stay out of harm's way for 5 fucking minutes? That's literally, that's every book in this series. Except neither of them can see anything different. Reading wife, gaming husband. Anyways, I'm sorry, stop the presses. Why is Jasenia not a Why is Jasenia not a scribe? I think that she just like drops information in these chapter starters and it's just like, okay, go read the story. Girl, what the fuck? Like, Rebecca? Rebecca. Yeah, I'm sorry, Violet. What the fuck do you mean? Y'all broke up. Have you met your man? He said, y'all broke up. She said yes. He said no. I could have told you he was going to say that. Oh, you said you love me? Zayden told Violet he lives by her. She said, we live by the codex. He said, I live by you. I'm going to be unwell for a long time. I'm going to say it. I'm still a Dane hater. And what's crazy is, honestly, I can't remember all the full details of why I hate him, but I'm sure I do. I feel it in my bones every time I read his name. Zayden was like, don't worry. And Dane do not belong in the same sentence. They don't. Violet, they don't. Are we getting a little too comfortable? I don't feel good about this. I broke my rule. But I'm actually going to stop there because I'm on chapter 17, page 143, and it's the note on top says, my brightest light, I meant to prepare you, blah, blah, blah. I won't read the whole thing of the song, but it's from Violet's father to Violet before he died. And he knew he was going to die. And he suspiciously started researching this 6 months before his death. And then saying, your mother and I trust no one and neither can you. Dane is going to betray her again. He probably already did and we just don't know. And I cannot take that tonight. I will literally throw up the food that I ate. I was working till like 10. So I didn't eat dinner. And this is what happened. I'm gonna go to sleep. And I didn't even sleep a lot last night. Okay, how many pages are in this book actually? Oh, the temptation in me to like read 526. It is 10:35. I'm on page 145, and I've also now learned that it is Rydok, right? You know what? Let me get YouTube to say it. Rydok, like rye bread. Riddick. Some people say that. No, I didn't say that. I said rye. What did I say? Reddick? Redog? I don't remember. I'll see it in the editing. But it's Rydok, like rye bread dog. Yes. I know I said it wrong the first time. I'm not sure how wrong, but I think it was pretty wrong. Anyways, Dane pulls through. Interesting. And then her dad is messy. Talking about first love is irreplaceable. Is Dane the password to this book? Zayden's gonna flip some shit. Yeah. I knew it. It was gonna be Violet's first love. He was like, oh, he couldn't stand the first guy she really dated and didn't know about the second. How many letters? 6. Good afternoon. Y'all know who that is. Yikes. So the first love thing is tabled, but that is going to be a problem. But their little banter in class, their little mind talk, always at the worst times, like they all, wow. Literally one of these two not talking about fucking. Like we're 146 pages in and they have done none of that, but they're always talking about it. Y'all, get your mind out the gutter. Jeez. Him doing anything to protect her is what's going to make this a fucked up story. Because, oop, if you don't judge me, my gingerbread blanket is in there and I'm too lazy to get it. Anyways, if Zayden wants to kill Garrick, like, he's gonna kill somebody for sure. And they're just sparring. Like he literally can't take anybody being near Violet in a way that he sees as semi-threatening or he loses his absolute shit. Which is not atypical of him, but not, well, no, he did get mad when he was wearing she was wearing his flight jacket. But like, I feel like this, yeah, even Violet was like, oh, he got a little cold edge in his eye, like, Oh, bitch, I'm fucking horrified because you said 6 letters. You know whose name has 6 letters? Halden. Halden. That is 6. What? Halden. 6. 6. If he brings up them dating in this class, where Zayd is already on edge because he thinks that Garrett almost took her head off, which you would never let happen because my bitch can hold her own. But, Violet, did you just call Halden beautiful? I'm reading this description. I mean, he does sound gorgeous, but like, I'm sorry. What? I wasn't asking for my father, Vi. I was asking for me. I never told you I was sorry. Skims over my face if he's noticing every detail that's ever changed. Did I forget the whole first book? I thought Dane was her like childhood. I love him. What the fuck is this? Violet, girl, what the fuck? Yeah, I saw that one coming. He tried to brush her hair between her ear. Here comes that. You're not touching her. He lifts his hand towards the loosened strands of my braid, but never makes it. Shadows blast straight through the winds and hit Alden in the chest like a battering ram, sending the crown prince of. I actually don't even know how to pronounce their worlds. Navarre. Let's go with that. Flying backwards straight into the rock wall. Shit. I agree. Shit. One thing about a shadow daddy is, and all of my favorite characters, and again, I think I'm toxic. So he finds out that Halden's the ex. They're clearly having a time, right? Oh, by the way, the password was not actually her first ex. It was the mom's dragon, which makes sense. They're writers. But anyways, she was like, oh, it's really hard for me to see you next to Kat. Kat is his ex. He's like, I never loved her. My favorite is a man who's like, yeah, I was a hoe, but I never loved that bitch. That's actually so fucking rude. And then he goes right back to her because that's what's really getting him. He's like, like the fact that y'all did what y'all did, that makes me want to put him through a wall. But the fact that like you actually loved him, like now I want to murder him. And I'm like, wow. This quote is why I read this. You get one chance to form your own squad. You choose your ex, your current lover, your quadrant's resident smartass, 2 people who have tried to kill you in the past year, 1 over said current lover, and whatever Dane is. Because whatever Dane is, this is mess. There's nothing worse than an overly comfortable ex. Why is his hand on the small of her back? That's why the shadow's gonna get his ass again. Keep your hands to yourself. So Dane never liked him either. You know what? I'm starting to like Dane. Oh, he gets cranky when he's tired. Ick. She's tired. This is another thing. Violet is chronically ill and always tired. And what do you know? Same. So first the shadows were there because, like, oh, fuck your ex. But now the shadows are there because he's like, oh, yeah, she's tired. She needs help to even, like, stand. That's it. Him using the technicality and provoking Halden into basically saying that he's no longer there as a professor, aka he can sleep with his girlfriend. Genius. Love him. Love his life. But also knowing that Halden has like a history of like throwing things and like getting all mad It's giving Joffrey to me, like little bitchly prince, and I'm not really with. I know, disgusting. I'm not really with that. I'm at the portion where the old lady in the aisles is like, yeah, Dane, you know, her, or no, he's like, you know, he really predicted how much you two would be in love. Brown eyes, da da da. And then she's like, Dane Atos, awkward. Awkward. That is Zayden. And Dane is there. And this is awkward. Are they trying to bring up all this Dane history to make us like him again and kind of like forget about it and be like hee hee ha ha? Because like I feel like it's coming up too much. Too much of Violet's past love interests are coming up, and I'm like, hold on, where is Zayden going? Especially with the way he's acting, it's giving goodbye. Like, you know, when Sloane was about to, spoilers to Grey's Anatomy, you know, when Sloane was about to die in Grey's Anatomy, and like he has that last like win where he's like, ha ha ha, he, yeah. Zayden is happy. He's a shadow daddy. He's never fucking happy. She's right. Something is weird and something is off. That's all. Oh, and it's 10:16 on Friday, and it's page 207. So we're chugging along. I'll probably finish this tomorrow. 2:24, and it's what time? 10:54. He called her his consort. Oh, oh. He'll always and forever be the dragon sass for me in Fourth Wing. She's talking about, I don't like how close you are to these bolts, like really caring for her dragon, and he's like, well, I don't like your man. I'm sorry. Like, he's been coming for her neck this entire book because he really can't stand Zayden, and I'm like, at least, you know what? You gotta stand for something. We're 265 pages in, and he has rarely said a positive thing. Also, Dane is like everywhere and like very useful, and I'm like, damn, like, am I gonna have to really like forgive him? But I am glad that Halden is out the picture because he was pissing me the fuck off, and I knew he was gonna ruin everything, which he did. I'm not really sure where this book is going though. Still, I don't think that we're gonna find a cure, but I also don't see him going to the Venom unless they threaten her life. But that's the problem with him. Like he mentions it so many times in this book. Like he lives by Violet. So if there's something that could either like help Violet, cure Violet, save Violet's life, he's gone like in a second. Chapter 31, page 268. It's a time. I think it's like midnight. It's 12:18. They're in the aisle where Violet finds the people who all look like her. So I'm just, again, like, so maybe her dad was like a different race. I don't know if they're technically like races in the structure of their world, but I think. But it's interesting, like, maybe they're not close to Andarna, but like, somebody needs to answer for her hair. It's proof I never grew up because I'm at the part where the lady's like, oh, usually just the touch brings you back to the temple. And she's talking about whatever touch I just made Violet's hair gray. And in my head, all I can think about is the tease touch from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And now I'm just thinking of Violet and the dragons all in this fighting arena, and she has the cheese touch. And for me, it'll always be a level of consideration because they're in this arena and they said, okay, you only get one weapon. So like all three of you, Dane's fighting, Zayden's fighting, Violet's fighting, but you only get to choose one kind of weapon. All three of you have to use. He goes daggers immediately because he knows that's what Violet is best at. Him and Dane will just have to do or die when he says I love you, but Zayden says daggers. Zayden says daggers. I'm sorry, what do you mean Zayden's mom is here? What do you mean Zayden's mom is here? Okay, that is chapter 35, page 298. I'm gonna stop there. Every other night. I literally haven't even been able to like sign off. I just like kind of, my eyes burn. Okay, we're gonna try this again tomorrow.